Damn. I thought they would have flagship stuff this time around. Rio Gion, and welcome to the channel. So, we're getting the Snapdragon 765G. This isn't a bad chipset. Just want to make sure that that's clear. Notification sound is very nice. I think this is a good chipset on phones like OnePlus Nord and Google Pixel 4. You know, budget phones, mid-range chipset. I think those are fine. But on something like this, where the cost is pretty much the same freaking thing as the Note 20 Ultra, this is a whole nother thing because it's the same amount of money. You could have got flagship chipsets instead of a mid-ranger with a flip effect. Besides that, you get 8 gigs of RAM, which is good enough, 256 gig of storage, which I actually think is pretty good, because I'm probably not going to game on this phone. If I were to use it, I feel like these are some of the phones that I would use when I go on a date, and it would be a conversation piece. If I were to have a phone for games, I would go for something like a ROG 3 or a Note 20. Because we're at the same price point, I don't feel bad mentioning the Note 20 Ultra. One thing that surprised me is that this phone's actually kinda heavy, at 192 gram. Like my Note 9 weighs 201 gram, and I consider that thing pretty freaking heavy. This thing is actually not that far off for being something that's quite little. A cool thing is that you get a smaller screen on the outside, which is actually pretty useful to scroll through notifications, and you can actually text someone on that screen if you want to. The camera seems like they're better than the previous one, which is obvious, so you get a 48 megapixel rear, a 20 megapixel front. These aren't the best of the best, but considering the form factor, I say it's pretty good. When it comes to a price like this, is it really good? So that's up to you to decide. From the samples that I see on YouTube, it definitely works for the everyday use, like taking a cute picture, posting them on Instagram, get that sweet social acceptance, because apparently this is how we feel good about ourselves now. If that sounds like something you're into, this is great for that purpose. In terms of video quality, it's also pretty good. Again, not flagship stuff, but like if you want to take quick clips for those little short viral videos for YouTube or Vine, if that's a thing, wait. Maybe actually it's TikTok. But what do I know? If you do, then comment down below, cause I'm kinda curious as well. This phone has a rather small battery going at 2800 milliamp. You get 15 watt wired charging, so that's not the fastest speed, but if you're someone like me who charges their phone at night, then it shouldn't matter. Now what does matter is if the phone does make it through the day. So, specs aren't that demanding, battery also not that large, so I'm not sure if you can make it through the day with this phone. If you have it, comment down below, let me know. Kinda wanna find out too. Like, I understand why they didn't put a big ass battery because of the form factor. From a manufacturer's perspective, you only have so much space to work with. Putting a big ass battery means you probably don't have room for other things, like specs. So I kinda get it. Look, let's be honest, if you really want this, then chances are there's no point on you wondering whether or not you should get it, because this is a style choice. If you want it, you would have already gotten it. People get phones like these for the sake of being different and for the style, because I'm not sure, but back then, people in Japan have a lot of flip phones and they decorate them, so their phone is like their personality on the phone, so I think it's coming back with more and more of these little flip phones coming up. If you got a fat ass wallet and you want some of those few stylish phones, then by all means. If you're a wandering consumer video shopping on YouTube, you should probably skip this one. If you have the money to spend on a phone, I go with a Note 20 Extra, because the specs for $1, it just seems like it's much better. But if we're talking specs per dollar, ROG Phone 3, if you don't mind a gamer look on the phone. So let me know, would you get this? Would you skip it? Personally, I skip it because the price is too much. Comment, like, click subscribe, the bell for more content. You guys stay awesome.